Yes, ready. The balance of payments is another area of concern. A certain amount of pressure on external payments is unavoidable in a situation where we have urgent needs for investment and modernization which inevitably require expansion of imports stock. It is for this reason that the government has attached high priority to expanding exports to pay for the imports the economy needs stock. Our policies in this regard have been successful, and in the past 2 years, our exports have increased quite rapidly over 25% in 1987 88 and 24 to 25% in the first 9 months of the current financial year stop. But at the same time, the import bill has also increased sharply, especially so in the first half of this year. Stop this surge in the import bill is partly due to the food grains and edible oil imports necessitated by last year's drought and partly to the sharp increase in the international prices of metals, chemicals, and edible oils stock. Apart from this, our debt repayment liabilities were relatively high stock. The limited availability of concessional finance has compelled us to increase the share of commercial borrowings, but we have tried to keep these within limits that are manageable. Stop. We do not envisage any difficulty in servicing our external debt. Stop. Para. The Indian economy has a great deal of underlying strength. Stop. The sustained growth of industrial sector and the investments made in modernization and upgradation will show results in terms of higher exports. Stop. This in fact is the real answer to the balance of payments problem. Stop. I have every hope that the momentum of export growth will be sustained and enhanced. Stop. If necessary, we must be prepared to restrain domestic consumption to some extent in certain areas in order to release supplies for export. Stop. We have resisted the temptation to cope with the short term difficulties in our balance of payments by ad hoc import regulation through detailed import licensing. Such a process would be self defeating as it will disrupt the economy, inhibit exports, and weaken our attempts at modernization. Stop. The composition of our imports has changed greatly during the 80s. Stop. In 1980-81, 65% of our imports consisted of a few bulk commodities like food grains, edible oils, fertilizers, petroleum, and metals, where direct import regulation through foreign exchange allocations is relatively easy. Stop. In 1987-88, these bulk commodities accounted for only 33% of our imports. Stop.